Hi everyone, this is Lori from Free and Fair, and I'm going to do a reading called What's Next for the World using only the Major Arcana. So we're going to do a spread where we have 2 present cards, 2 cards for the near future, and 2 cards for the far future, and then we'll keep looking into it as needed. In case you don't know, I'm going to run through all the Major Arcana cards in the deck. This is the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress. By the way, I'm using the Rider Waite Smith Tarot, actually the Smith Waite Centennial Edition. It has some extra cards. The Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lover, the Chariot, Strength, the Hurt, Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Tempered, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. I'm going to shuffle them really good so they're not in any particular order. Alright, now I'm going to lay 2 that represent the present. We have the Moon and the Hanged Man. 2 that represent the near future. Judgment and Temperance. And 2 that represent the far future. The Chariot and the Lovers. Laying a bit of fluorite on the Lovers for YouTube purposes, I don't know, just in case. Alrighty, so let's get into each card's meaning, and then we'll get into the placement and what it means as well. The Moon represents things on the unconscious level. It is about hidden things, and it can be scary, especially people who don't work with astrology and the occult. Definitely, if they're more mainstream type people, the unknown can be very scary. It specifically can be hidden enemies and danger and calamity and darkness and deception. So, I'm feeling in the world there could be somebody specifically targeted, somebody specifically having some danger happening within the next day or so. It's right now, it's in this current energy. And with the Hanged Man here, there's a feeling of suspended animation. In general, the Hanged Man has to do with enlightenment. He is hanging in a different position. He's upside down because he's viewing the world in a different way in order to see something that the rest of us don't see. So that makes sense to me that the Hanged Man is well, I was using this paintbrush to point the last time, that the Hanged Man, that there's something hidden, but with enlightenment something will be exposed. But also the fact that there is hidden enemies. Yeah, the hidden enemies, there could be an enlightenment as far as the hidden enemies. The Hanged Man can also have to do with trials, circumspection, discernment, sacrifice, somebody's intuition and divination. Especially if there's somebody here that's not used to this kind of world, then it may be uncomfortable. But if they let go and open their minds, then they'll see something that they haven't been able to see before. Also, this represents a prophecy of some sort. So at this current time, a prophecy is being upheld, and also the details of the prophecy and how it got here could be revealed in the next few days. Okay? And that this is a world energy, but I feel specifically this could have something to do with the United States. But it could be in other areas. But I feel like it's the most and very impactful energy. And because the USA is very impactful on the world stage, I feel like that could be a big thing that happens here that impacts the world. And so, what's happening in the near future? Judgment and temperance. So judgment represents an atonement. It's like paying for sins, but also an enlightenment, a resurrection. It's renewal. It is an outcome. It's like the final outcome. It's also a change of position. A change of position. All right? So somebody, whatever position that they're in, may no longer be that position in the next, I say near future would be the next 3 months. Near future. Current energy right now this week. Near future 3 months. Far future the rest, towards the end of the year and beyond. And so temperance has to do with patience and waiting. What are we waiting for, and why do we need to wait? But also temperance represents economy and moderation and frugality and management and accommodation. So in the near future, we're going to find ourselves, I think this is globally, but also specifically here in the US, having to be more cautious of our money and putting things away, not buying things unnecessarily, making a small amount stretch further, buying bulk, things like that in order to feel secure. Then in the far future, we have the Chariot, which is, this is triumph and victory, and it could also be war. It can have a war energy. It could also be some kind of retribution, but in general, I feel it represents a win or doing right, making correct choices. There's a dark and a light, and so the choices are going to be correct in the far future. It almost feels like, specifically in the United States, like two parties, or it could be a party split, a party divided. But because the lovers are here, it doesn't seem so. It seems like a cooperation of two parties. So a cooperation in order to have victory. So in the far future, I feel like either the next election or something having to do with winning something, whether I feel like maybe it could be public opinion, it could be some kind of maybe down ballot elections or something like that, or Senate or Congress or anything else out in the world that's happening as far as sides and light and dark and it could be battles and wars and things like that the good is going to prevail here, and that sides will work together to bring peace. And so that's kind of what the lovers are, but the lovers are also a choice, It's trials that are overcome, and it's an attraction to a better world. And so I think in general in the world, there could be some battles or wars or struggles in that aspect, and there could be some economic tightness, but overall, for the world. Specifically, though, I think things will turn out in a good way, peaceful and prosperous for all of us. Please comment below and let me know what you think, and what do you think these cards represent. Thank you.